know what is happening. Because those people, some of them, they act as if they have faith. They don't really have faith. You realize that even when you do an altar call, the rest of the people might come. But those kinds of people, they prefer coming alone. Even if you say, let's take an offering, come and drop it on the altar. They are the last people to arrive there. They want to be seen. They want to attract your attention. And everyone is looking at them and is looking at you. What is the man of God saying about this? They do that as if they have faith. But anyway, even if a person was involved in a car accident, I will explain a scripture next time to you on the snares of death, how death catches up on people and so on. A demon, it might have already wanted to possess this person, but it was looking for an opportunity, and the accident was the opportunity. I've had a lot of people that were involved in car accidents, and they got their bones broken, ribs broken. Do you know that when a bone is broken, the moment it finishes breaking, the process of recovery has to start? That same moment. But a demon now will come and establish that separation between the two bones. It's like the bone is broken into two. They have to be joined together. And the process of recovery will then start. Imagine if a demon comes in between. Think about it, even if you had to put a piece of plastic or even metal between the two bones to separate the two bones. Are they ever going to join? They will never. So it might have been an accident, but then demons will come and take advantage of that opportunity that was created. And everything will then be exaggerated. A person who was supposed to recover within 7 months, 8 months, and so on, he might go for 6 years. Why? Because between the two bones, there is an object there. Demons they are tangible. When they begin to work sometimes, they do some tangible things. So sometimes when you pray for the person and then you get rid of the demon, the bones are now coming together. But when the bones are now joined together, you still have to perform another miracle. Remember last time when I was teaching, when I said if a person doesn't have some kidneys, you don't pray for the healing. Okay? You don't pray for the healing. Because you might say the person is sick. He's not even sick. He has got some missing parts of his body. You pray for wholeness. The person has to be made whole. Healing is when the kidneys are sick. They are not in perfect condition. So it's not all about healing people. It's also about creating what is not there. So sometimes when you're ministering to people, you move into stages. You know, I've covered this area, then you move on again into another area. Sometimes that's when you take maybe 3-4 minutes ministering to one person. Because there are so many conditions that you can't see, most of you. But when I'm praying for that person, I know this one, he has written only one problem, on the chart, but I can see 7 problems on him. And then I'll start ministering one after the other sometimes until every situation is corrected. So you have to be paying attention. You have to have the knowledge of what you are doing and what is happening to the person, even as you are praying for him. So demons, they look for opportunities. Anything, I've had people like that, they just enter into the room after it was painted. Just by smelling the paint, they start getting sick. And they get much complicated and they'll never recover. How did it start? So demons will just look for a reason and then they will exaggerate the condition. So if once you know how to get rid of a demon, let's say, like you see this decoration that we have here, there is a division here. And there is also a division here. Okay, so if a bone is broken into 3 pieces, of which this bone should have recovered maybe some months ago, but there is an insulation in between. This is where the demon is doing its work, to make sure that the bones are permanently separated from each other. No matter how hard the bone tries to join to the next bone, there is a foreign object in between which has to be removed. And the bones are now joined together. When a demon comes out of this place, then I will know. Sometimes I even see the demon leaving the person. And then I will know that now the bones are in contact. So I have to now perform another miracle. Do you know that in the Bible, God introduced a law. He gave a law to Moses and he said, if you have a cow that is not tamed, and it moves around and it hurts somebody, it injures a person, and the person is sick, maybe he's in the hospital, maybe for 1 year or for 2 years, God said to Moses, that cow has to be stoned. It has to die. But even after the person has recovered, the owner of the cow has to pay for the time wasted when the person was lying on the bed. So if other people were going to the fields and so on and enjoying their harvest, and this one was no longer part of that, that has to be compensated. The guy has to be given everything that the rest of the people got when he was sick. And also the Bible, in another scripture, it talks about when God said, and I will restore unto you the years that the cankerworm has eaten and the locust has eaten. And so many preachers have talked about it, how the locusts came and they ate our farm produce, our harvest and so on. And yet God is saying, I will restore the years. The years. That's what God will restore. I will restore the years that the cankerworm has eaten. So what the cankerworm has eaten are the years. Okay? So if God can restore the years that are wasted by the cankerworm, that's the miracle that you have to perform now. Because this bone was supposed to have recovered maybe 2 years back from now. But there was a demon there. There was an animal there which delayed the process. So once you get rid of the animal, that's what God said, stone the cow. Once you get rid of it, you remove it. Now the years that are wasted are supposed to be restored. Then you have to fast track time and you bring the bones back together again. What you're doing there is just playing around with time. You are playing around with time. That's a miracle of time. Because even after you have removed the demon, still the person was supposed to go back home and wait for the next 6 months or 7 months. But if you see it happening there and there, you're doing something. You're messing up with time.
Thank you for watching Minister's Material. Join us again next time for yet another inspirational teaching from Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa.